One thing addicts have in common.
Thank you for stopping by here on TikTok and or YouTube at Bloom from Within Love. If you're coming in good energy, greetings, welcome. Addictions, addicts. I want to add a disclaimer. I'm not proclaiming to be an expert, and I'm also wanting to add a disclaimer. To anybody that's ever overcome addictions and have dealt with the weightier matters of addictions. In other words, not just quitting something, but dealing with the root issues and have really transformed from the inside out. To you, I tilt my hat and I say congratulations and keep up the good work. Continue to heal and transform, break the chains and make the difference. But what I'm about to say about there is one common thread with most addicts. And I invite you all, those of you who are either recovering addicts or you were surrounded by those who had addictions most of your life, if you sit back in a calm state of mind and really recollect a common denominator in all of these various situations, different cultures, different ethnicities, different socioeconomic classes and statuses, and you're still gonna come up with this one common theme. I'm gonna pause just for a minute and invite you all to think about it. What is one primary, there are many, but what's one primary common theme dealing with addicts that they all seem to have in common? Here it is.
Pathological liars.
Pathological liars. See, we all tell a lie, right? I don't think there's nobody walking that ain't lied, okay? But that's not really what we're talking about. We're talking about something a little bit deeper, more invasive, more involved. Think about it. They're excellent at covering up everything. A lot of people don't know that they're addicts for a very long time, especially if they're high functioning addicts. The stories they give you are plausible. They usually have people involved to co-sign their stories. They're usually very charismatic. They're good at the distraction game. But just think about that. They have endless stories, but the common denominator is they're pathological liars. They mix truths with their stories. This helps it to be more plausible. They'll tell the truth of a story of someone else, the truth of a story of even someone that they have taken advantage of, because it's a true story, but they're just not the character they're saying that they are in the story. What is the point of me saying this and sharing this? I can remember many years back when I was in my early 20s attempting to go to Al-Anon and things of that nature for dealing with addicts. And it's because we get over involved with trying to manage them, trying to figure things out, trying to decipher like it's some type of a puzzle code. What's true, what's not true, where are they at today, what energy are they in today? And if we can accept the fundamental truths, no matter how painful and hard it is to accept, that they are pathological. So in some cases, we have people that they kick the drug, okay? For those of you that this was about drug addiction, they kick the drug, they kick the alcohol, they kick the gambling, they kick the addictions to sex and, you know, whatever it is, they kick that in a technicality. But the core wounds and issues and character flaws are still operating until they deal with why was it there in the first place? Why were they ever an addict to begin with? Because there's something there. So it's not just about becoming clean and sober. It's not just about becoming abstinent. It's not just about becoming one that's not gambling one's money. It's about dealing with the core issues that created them to start with, because the person will still do life in the same manner. Their nose is clean. And in some cases, even that is short-lived, or they'll trade it out for something else. This is where religion comes into play, and a lot of things, even spirituality, because these are other things you can become addicted to. These are other things you can dive into, and maybe there's a payoff of feeling good and feeling better and feeling important. But if the issues aren't really being dealt with, then if a person was a pathological liar, which most addicts are, they're not trustworthy. They're still lying as a way of life. Again, I understand everybody tells a lie, everybody done told lies, but I'm saying they're pathological to the detriment of other lives, and in some cases to the detriment of their own. They're still on this autopilot. Liberate yourself and give your mind a break as you're trying to recover yourself and rebuild your life. If you were dealing with an addict, even if the small percentage they're actually clean and sober or off whatever the addiction was, rarely do they deal with the weightier matters. You got to let people go on their journey individually and prospectively, because addicts have a tendency to be addicted to people. They're running. They have a hard time being alone. So do yourself a solid. Don't be somebody's emotional, energetic, spiritual, or otherwise triage, and allow them to do their path, because you need to do yours. You have to recover you. Everything that gets lost, everything that gets damaged, everything that gets drained, trying to deal and live up close and personal with these types. Your life becomes about managing trauma and drama. And that's just no way to live. Namaste.